I'm happy to see that so many Summit hosts already use Airtable, and a lot of you use Airtable forms, which makes sense. You can collect intake information or bonus contribution assets through a form that fills your Airtable base automatically without any third-party integrations. But I want to make the process really smooth for speakers and just make it a white glove experience for the speaker and for the ops person in the background. So one thing that is a step up from a form in Airtable would be to use a formula field in Airtable to pre-fill a form with pieces of data from that record. Like you could pull in a speaker name, you could hide and pre-fill a field to put in a record ID of that field to make it easy to later create an automation that links that record to some other table. But there is a solution that's more user-friendly for you to set up that adds data really effortlessly to your database without layering in a lot of intricate automations to link data to the right place. It also pre-fills not just, the speaker's name and actual field values, but it pre-fills the descriptions in the form so that you don't need to go back into your form and tweak the place where you put certain dates that no longer apply because that was last year and now it's this year. So let's hop over to Fillout, this tool that I'm loving for Summit operations specifically. I've built an intake form here, and you'll see right away that I've linked my form to my Airtable base. So you see this first name field. This is tied to the first name field in Airtable in the speakers table. Welcome to the event name. It's going to populate my event name here. The deadline for filling in this form, which is coming from my Airtable base. I have all of these key dates and deadlines. Actually, I'll show you everything. This is a much better view of the deadlines. These dates in here can be pulled onto the front end of the website or into an email that I'm sending a speaker or a sponsor. And they can also be pulled into this form. So this tool is called Fillout. It integrates very nicely with Airtable. You can use it to create records or to update records in Airtable. And this form specifically, I've created to update records. So we have this welcome page that will actually show the person's name. So let's hop over just to see how that looks. Here's my demo person, Dana. And somewhere in here, I have form status blank. She hasn't set up a recording. That's because she hasn't filled out her form yet. This is what her form would look like. Hi, Dana. Welcome. Please submit this no later than June 30th. We're pulling dates from our Airtable base. It looks like this. You pre-fill the form, and we're not just pre-filling fields for the speaker, but also the content and descriptions and headings. We'll see I have a pre-fill section like this. And for Dana, it's going to look like this. So she has a title, first name, last name, and she can tweak these fields if she wants to. I'm just using my email as an example here. We can go next. And then we have the speaker agreement. And on this end, more pre-fills. So we are filling in name, the event name, start and end date. We have an agreement. I'm really trying to consolidate forms for speakers. My number one goal is for Summit hosts to find this process manageable and do it over and over so they can have a recurring summit that people book in their calendar every year. But my second goal, that is very close to number one, is to give speakers a streamlined, smooth experience to free up capacity so they actually promote in the end, because speakers can burn out so much from all the homework that can be involved as a speaker. So we have our agreement sections, and let's move on. What else we got here? We see that quick details fill-in section. This speaker can tweak this, and we're also asking for a few things. Their bio down here and a headshot up here. A neat thing about Fillout is you could put parameters on the attachments that people can put in here, and also a character count for the bio. And I guess I need to add a headshot here, my tacky thumbnail. And then because I'm co-hosting this summit with Dr. Ann Hussein, I've connected it to her calendar and you'll see she's the organizer at this step. And this is where speakers can automatically book their session recording because for this summit, we record every interview live. So we have the person book time in Ann's calendar. I've also pre-filled this section. I'm trying to pre-fill as much as possible to make this easy for the speaker, right? And then they just schedule the recording. We see this thank you screen. I'll have to let Anne know this was a dummy person, not a real person booking in her calendar. And we'll go back here and see right here. Form 1 status has been completed. This is filled in from a Zap in the background. And the speaker's recording date is now in here, which is great. I have another video on email communications where I dig into this more, but if we head into the email queue, you'll see that I've just sent a Form 1 completed autoresponder to Dana, and I've queued up this second email to send 2 days before her session recording begins. If she reschedules, the date will update in Airtable. It will also update when this email goes out. Let's just check out the email that I got as a dummy speaker. It says, "Hi, Dana. Thanks for completing your form." We put the date in here. I also got another email inviting me to add the event right into my calendar, which is great. So let's go back to this email. And just to show you, we have another form if she wanted to send in an optional bonus contribution. We have this other form ready to go. Again, we're pre-filling the descriptions, we're pre-filling certain criteria here. And this form is where someone can submit different kinds of bonuses. They can submit one or any of these and just fill in these sections like this. In another video, I could talk about what happens when a speaker fills in their bonus contributions. Essentially, we're putting all of this data into Airtable as well, and then we're populating the website with that data. This is where building your summit on Airtable really shines because you're leveraging all of the speaker data, their headshot, their bio, their bonus contribution, the image of it, the name of it, all of this good stuff that speakers are creating for you can auto-populate your website. Again, the tool is fillout.com. Highly, highly recommend it. You can get away with using it for free. I'm currently on the free plan, and that's all I need. If you're sending hundreds of forms, then you upgrade for like $15. So it's a really affordable solution. So that's what using fillout.com looks like for your forms, for contracts, for intake, for collecting the bonus contribution stuff. Fillout is going to do the job, especially if you're using Airtable. They just integrate so seamlessly. And soon I'll record a video as well on what to do with all of this information that we pull from Airtable that comes from Fillout right onto your website. Those speaker assets like their name and bio and the image of their contribution and all of that good stuff, how to just automatically push that onto your website as well. That will be coming up soon, but not too soon because I'm sort of building this content as I build my own summit. And at this point, I'm just in pitching mode and there's really not much for me to do. The engine is just working on its own. Okay, and that is all for now. If you want more content, stay tuned. If you'd like to book a call with me, there might be a call link below to talk about summit operations and how you can fill some gaps with automation and some better systems.